Alright, disable flight assist, full power to the engines. Hello YouTube, this is Froogle, and here we are taking a look at the most recent beta of Elite Dangerous. Much has changed since the last video. In particular, the galaxy map is probably the most notable one. If we go over here and I scroll up to the galaxy map, it's now got a lot more detail to make starting out in the game a little bit easier, I guess, but also a little bit more tricky in some other ways. And that's really what this video is going to be about, starting out. I just had everything I own blown up, so I'm pretty much starting afresh with the basic free Sidewinder ship. Going to make some money, and there are a number of ways to do that. The most obvious way to do that, and probably the safest, is trading right now, and that's where the galaxy map changes come in. So we have a wider area that we can trade within, this big circle here. And just as in my last video, there are ultimately going to be 400 billion systems that we can mess with, but right now we're limited to just these. I'm starting out at Iranin, that's where you will start out probably as well. Now if we go into View and click on Map, look at this. This gives you a graphical representation of what's going on, so which goods are traveling between where, and hopefully where the trade routes are. So you can see at Iranin, there are yellow blobs moving outwards from Iranin. And not much coming into Iranin, which is a bit of a shame, but those big yellow blobs, let's go look down here and see what they are. That would be textiles. See? So textiles are flowing out. Now I know that a very good trade route, a very simple trade route just to get you going, is between Dahan and Acellus Primus. So what we ideally want to do is get a route up to Acellus Primus from here, trading. And then from Acellus Primus go out to Dahan and then do that cyclic route there to try to get some money in. Let's see if we can identify anything that's going from Iranin to Acellus Primus. Nothing. Nothing at all. Now we could try to extend this and make a bit of a longer loop, but we have constraints now on fuel. You are limited, just as you were in the original Elite now, on how far you can travel. You can only travel a certain distance. You need to buy fuel and have a powerful enough engine to go further distances, which means for me, I can get to Acellus Primus from here. I cannot get to Dahan from here. I would need to go to Acellus Primus and then jump again. I can get to LP98, which is an anarchic, very dangerous system. I can get there from here, and I can go from there to Dahan. There is something going from there to Dahan, which is the red stuff. That is minerals. Okay, so minerals. I could go down to LP98, pick up minerals, and then fly from there to Dahan, I hope. Maybe, maybe not. Not seeing a connected line there, so probably maybe not. I think our safest route is probably just to go straight up to Acellus Primus and then start our trading there. So that's the first change, the map and fuel. Second change we got, if we go into Starport services here, there are new items, new menu items you can peruse. So fuel and munitions, obviously, need to buy fuel frequently. Down here we have a bulletin board. The bulletin board contains missions. So right here there are some proactive combat missions. I can go down to LP98 132, and if I can kill 2 pirates, then they will pay me 600 credits. That's easier said than done in the starter ship, so we'll decline that. Crop harvesters, they want crop harvesters in Azaban City. So right here, if we can bring crop harvesters here, they will pay us 2,800 credits. They're going to cost us about 2,000 to buy them, so that's not going to work. And once again here, carrier signal, blah, 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 kill 3 civilian targets in weird, and they'll pay you 3,600. Not likely to happen either. Let's keep it nice and safe and just do the trading. Now we've got nothing we can trade from here. We will just go straight to Dahan. So your navigation map now only shows you the places that you can reach with your current fuel and engine. So obviously I'm in Iranin. I can go to Acellus Primus. I can go to Dahan. I can go to LP98. So let's go up to Dahan. Let's go there. Lock. So with all that done, let's launch. Now, the animations in here are sped up, so you're going to get to the surface a lot quicker than you did previously. So before you do this, always make sure, little safety checklist for your Sidewinder, Cobra, or whatever you're flying, make sure your throttles are all the way back, and your lateral thrusters are always set to neutral. I actually was recording this earlier, my throttles were way forward, my lateral thrusters were way up, and I very quickly pirouetted off the landing pad and into the ceiling, and crashed, which is not good. So, launch. You'll see how they've been sped up here to get you to the surface quicker. Again, make sure throttles are idle, lateral thrust, vertical thrust, idle. Wait for the release. There it is. So vertical thrust, gear up. Now look for the green lights on the docking port. You can see they're on the right hand side on this one. Depends which way up you are, obviously. You want to be entering and exiting where the green lights are. Obviously ships coming in will have green lights on the other side. This guy coming in doesn't really care about lights. He's just decided he's going to fly wherever he wants. And then panic. And very nearly destroy himself. Awesome. So there's my green lights. I am on the correct side. He's not. Let's see if he realizes the error of his ways. With more people playing the beta now, we're trying to be a little bit more controlled about how things are done. He just doesn't care. This guy just does not care. Mama. Alright, so we're good. Now we locked up the Han, which is up there, so let's go ahead and align with it. The difference between Super Cruise and hyperspace is now gone as well. I'm being scanned, obviously. Let's let the scan go. In that you just have one button to do both now. So if you locked up a planet or an item within the current system, when you engage that frame shift drive, you're going to be in Super Cruise. If you lock up a distance system, as I have, then when you engage frame shift, it's going to be hyperspace, which is what's going to happen now.
Drive charging.
Now with a lot more people playing, it takes a little while sometimes to get into the zone, the instance computer that you're going to be on, or the server that you're going to be on when you're flying in hyperspace. And that's important now because you can't actually see it on this trip, but you will see sensor indicators come up. So while you're in Super Cruise or hyperspace, you can pick up other spaceships that are also near you, going through the same thing. Can't interdict them yet, but I'm sure that's coming. So here we are in Dahan. Let's go ahead and bring up Dahan Gateway. That's where we're going to go dock. In terms of equipment now, there's another ship. See, I'm in Super Cruise. There's another ship directly behind me. In terms of equipment now, when you get enough money, you can equip a docking computer. I have heard bad things about it in this beta, that it's wrecked a number of ships, so I'm not getting one yet. But anyway, the reason we came to Dahan is, if you're just starting out, and a lot of people are in this current beta, it's a really good place to start making some money. Not a lot of money, but if you do it enough times, it builds up, and then you can get into the hauler ships fairly soon. I think 18,000 credits will get you a hauler ship, at which point the profit margins increase because you can carry more stock. Obviously, bear in mind, if you do upgrade your ship to get a bigger one for trading, you still need to have the money to trade after you buy the ship. So even though the hauler is only 18,000, you're probably going to want to have about 25, 30,000 in the bank when you buy it. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to fill it with enough stuff to trade. Alright, we're going a little fast. See if we can knock the speed up a bit. See bottom left of the screen there, we're getting close. Our speed yellow bar has not appeared yet, so we're going to actually slingshot around the Han Gateway here and come back on it. No biggie. There's my speed yellow bar just coming in. You know, it might catch up. We might be alright. I doubt it. Just gently slow down a bit more. Impact warnings coming up. No, I don't think we're going to do it, but we'll try. The rings of Dahan there, of Hathor. I have a curious feeling the station I want is actually on the other side of the planet. It is on the other side of the planet. So we will slingshot around it. Let's go this way. Or is it? No, it's actually this side. It's just tricky to get to. Don't really want to be pointing my vessel at a planet. So in both those lines, bottom left turn blue, we can disable the frame shift drive. Got one blue so far. There. And out we drop. Now there might be a pause again as we drop out and we get put into the instance, the server instance with all the other players that are here. As I said, with the beta getting a little bit busier now, these drops sometimes take a little bit of time. It's not a big deal. You get used to it. And I'm sure they'll be speeding this up. Okay, now the face that we want to enter is the anti-clockwise rotating face, which is that one pretty much to the right there. I'll show you a little trick here. What you can do, put power to your engines as I have, aim to the right of it, full power, boost, then disable flight assist. With that off, come off the throttle. Now you can just rotate the ship and do some pretty cool tricks. So we're just going to rotate the ship and line up on that face. And then when we get there, we'll just disable flight assist. The engines will scream into life. And hopefully we'll be well positioned to dock. Notice as well I'm holding the boost speed doing this as well, which is kind of cool. While that's lining up, let's go ahead and bring up Dahan Gateway here. And dock. Pad 1. So you can see I'm flying sideways at this point. We do have landing clearance, and we'll just keep flying sideways until we are pretty much lined up. Alright, disable flight assist, full power to the engines. And in we go. Now we're looking for pad number 1, which is over there. So landing gear down. Be a little gentle here. Alright, using my lateral thrusters to position myself. Here we are, pad 1. We are facing the right way. You need to check you're facing the right way now as well. Sometimes they will position you facing the wrong way. You need to turn around. Got it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do to start on our journey as a trader here is go to Starport Services. We're going to pick up fuel for our trips. We probably only need to do this every 2 or 3 trips. So buy our fuel, which you just did, and now we'll go down to the commodities market. Now from Dahan, what you're going to be taking is actually this stuff, metals. See, they trade in metals, so titanium, cobalt, and so on and so on. Aluminum down there. We only have 900 credits right now, not a lot, so we can probably take some aluminum. The galactic, or aluminium, sorry, the galactic average is 240, they're selling at 150. There is some profit there. So take 4 of those, because we can afford 4 of those.
Warning, cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Good. With that done, we will fly out now to Acellus Prime. There. Which is where this leg of the trip doesn't make as much money as the return leg, as you'll see, but we'll lock that destination. Make sure our throttles are back, our lateral and vertical sensors are zeroed, and launch. Alright, landing gear up. Avoid the other ships, look for the green lights, there they are. And Acellus will be over there. See it? So we'll use the little booster trick again to get away from the mass locked area as quick as we can. Just line up on Acellus with flight assist on. Now boost, flight assist off, and we'll just hold 320 speed, maximum speed, boosted speed, until mass lock disables, which it just did. So flight assist can go back on now.
Drive charging.
Frame shift drive comes online, and we will jump to Acellus Prime. Good, we got into that jump nice and fast. Not a lot of players around this part of the space, it looks like. Now when we come out of jump, you'll notice as well they've upgraded the suns. The suns now have solar flares. Look at that. And all sorts of solar activity going on. They are as deadly as ever. Get away from them as quick as you can, but they're very pretty to look at. Now we're going to the Beagle landing pad, which is there. Lock it. Now you are in Super Cruise, so no need to re-enable Super Cruise. We'll just line up on this. Get our throttles in the blue on the right hand side. Speed is increasing now as we leave the gravitational pull of the sun. Now watch the distance to where you're going. It's obviously decreasing, and the rate it's decreasing is increasing because our speed is increasing. Interdiction. We're not going to fight. We are doing it the trader thing because it's safer. I'm going to show you how we get out of this. You could at this point put all power to the engines, 2 blips to the shields, maybe even 3 blips to the shields, go full power, and then once again boost, flight assist off. So you're holding maximum boost speed to get away from the ships. They're probably okay, but they might not be. So we're just going to run. We don't want to get interdicted. We don't want to get shot up. Just going to let those drop off the radar, drop off the scope at the bottom. They're going quite far away now, so frame shift is online. Let's go.
Charging.
And we will jump away.
4, 3, 2, 1.
No need to risk everything early on in the game. Just run. Looking at the 2 yellow bars, waiting for them to both turn blue. They're pretty much in sync now. Interdicted. We're not going to get the second blue bar up before we drop out. Interdicted once again. Once again, full power. Point at the Beagle station. Assist on. Boost. And assist off. Yeah, pirate here's going to try and boil me. We are under attack.
Drive charging.
We're going so fast we outran him because we got the boost speed going. We're fine. And assist off.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Now back off to speed real quick. We're very close to the station. There's our 2 blues. Disengage frame shift. So now all we need to do is go and dock and sell what we bought. Now remember, the face we want to enter is the anti-clockwise rotating face. That's behind this station, facing away from us. So we'll put our little trick again, just because it's cool. Point up here. It's not the safest way to approach a station, but I like it. That looks good. Boost. Assist off, throttle off this time, and we will fly backwards. See our trails there. So with the flight assist off, we can maneuver the vessel wherever we want, but we do keep traveling in the last direction that we set. So we are going to fly past the station backwards, and then we should find ourselves pointing at the entrance as a result. Again, not the safest way to approach a station. There are more elegant ways of doing it. I'm just having a bit of fun. We're 5k away from the station right now, so we can go and dial them up. Request dock.
Request granted.
We're going to dock at pad 19. We are on top of the station now. There it is. There's the entrance up there. So we will point the ship at the entrance. Disable, turn on flight assist and then go full power. No damage. Okay, Starport services. So this was our first trade run. So we just started out in the game. We flew up to Dahan. We picked up some stuff. We flew out to Acellus. We're going to go sell here. Just scroll down until you see that you're carrying something here. We bought it at 170. Ah, not good. We're actually going to make a loss. It did not like that. Well, what could we have done instead? We are going to make a loss on this trip, but what could we have done? Tantalum is a higher price, but we couldn't afford that. Maybe cobalt. Cobalt's higher than the average. We could have afforded that. Alright, we're going to lose some money. I don't really want you jumping around the galaxy trying to find out how to make money on that. We'll just dump it. 856. Now we're going to take stuff back. Now what we can take back is this stuff. Terrain enrichment. Make good money on that. Catalyzers, we make good money on that. Obviously we can't afford those. All we can afford right now are these. The HE suits. So we're going to pick up 4 of those. But remember, you're trying to get to these things. Those are where you're going to be making significantly more money. Anyway, let's take the HE suits back to Dahan, and that will complete our round trip. We should be in the money a little bit. We started at 1,000. We're probably going to end up at 1,000, but you get the idea. So let's do this final trip. I'm not going to load up on fuel. I'm going to save my money. Good. Starport services. Let's see what we did. Now remember, we started the game with a brand new ship with 1,000 credits, but we had to buy fuel. So we dropped a little bit there. We did a trip which didn't make us a whole lot of money. In fact, it made us a loss. And then we picked up the other stuff and brought it back here. So we're down to 400 credits now. There's our suits that we bought for 115. We are selling them for 260. Doubling their money. And submit. So we're up. We're up from our 1,000 initial to 1,436, and now you just rinse and repeat. Try to find the metals and maybe the minerals that you can buy here relatively cheaply and sell at a profit over there. So cobalt we saw, I think, was up over there. It's up on the market price. It's lower here. Titanium. I didn't see that on the list. Maybe they'll buy titanium. Aluminium is what we did, isn't it? And that didn't go too well at all. But you get the idea. Trade and trade and trade and trade. And as I said, check out on Google the Elite Trading Tool. It's a website, and that will help you and get you started making money in no time as well. It can be a little grindy, a little boring, but bear in mind you're only looking for about 18,000 to get your next ship, so really about 25,000 to continue to trade. And at that point you're carrying a lot more cargo, so your profit margins are considerably better. As always, my name is Froogle. If you've not subscribed, do click on that subscribe button down below, and head on over to the forums, forums.frugalsim.com, where we're all hanging out and chatting about all things sim. See you soon.